to my colleague, Kevin Pierce.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 220 pounds, Brandon Parker!
The Sin City Saint doing what he does best, and that's going after the North Georgia title. This man has had every roadblock thrown in front of him, including being stripped of the North Georgia title by my broadcast colleague, Kevin Pierce.
Do I hear you complaining on his behalf yet again?
Absolutely. You stripped him of the belt, some say unjustly. Then Ethan Case fails to show up. You give him a bye to the finals, and Brandon Parker has to wrestle not once, but twice, and win to go to the anniversary show.
This disrespectful employee is going to learn his lesson here tonight. He managed to scrape by with the first victory against the AT-Alien.
Hey, Brandon, worry about the ring. Don't let this jerk-off stop you.
I'm sorry. What does jerk-off show up on your paycheck? I didn't think so. You might want to mind your manners,
I
punk.
wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this guy on the front row.
Oh, don't talk about Kerry like that. But I have a feeling this guy, Jaxon James, I know a little bit about him. He's from, he played football at Newberry College. He was a tight end. And you can tell, I mean, look at the strength on this man.
Yeah, definitely got the size and strength advantage in this one. But looks can be deceiving. Brandon Parker may be the more pissed off individual.
You can be pissed off all day, but when you're angry, you know this better than anybody. When you're angry, you make mistakes.
And that, unfortunately, has been Brandon Parker's weakness throughout his career. Letting his temper get the best of him, which ties in with his temper. But Brandon Parker's a guy I've known for almost 10 years now, and this man is ready for the big time.
He's ready. Oh, okay, that's an excellent point you just happened to make. He's ready for the big time. He's able to win a title, but he can't defend it. Please explain that to me. Please explain it. I'm begging for a decent explanation on that one. Don't worry, I'll wait.
You know, there's no excuse to miss bookings repeatedly, and there were a few, but they were out of his control. They were out of his control, Kevin Pierce. And,
I tell you what, I think I may get diabetes with all this sugary stuff you're putting on top of this. Flatline, let's go ahead and bottom line this, as a famous guy would say. At the end of the day, he wasn't able to hold up his obligation when it came to defending the title. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, God.
The truth hurts, doesn't it?
You know, I talk about a man, you know, the man you gave a bye to the finals, Ethan Case, as being a guy
who deserved
you
it.
just want to punch in the face, and you're starting to remind me a lot of him.
Just
I'd never say I'd want to punch you in the face, but you know.
Yeah, because you know better.
Hypothetically speaking, if you weren't my boss, you might be that guy.
Yeah.
But I know
I'll tell you
better.
what,
Hey, I know
guys like Ethan Case, see, here's the problem when Strychnine was commissioner. Guys like Ethan Case and Jacob Ashworth were not given a fair shake here in the APW. Now look at both of them. They're in tournaments. They have championships. This is what APW is all about. And Strychnine couldn't realize that because his head was too big, too inflated with him wanting to be in the main event. Yes or no? All I got to say to that is freedom fight. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, actually, he wasn't commissioner at Freedom Fight, but he was commissioner at Nightmare on Cherry Street when he and I went one-on-one. But to his credit, I challenged him. He didn't challenge me. So it's not like he put himself in the main event. It was something I felt like I needed to prove, and I proved it.
Well, I think you guys may be in cahoots, but that's a different story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, Brandon Parker is trying to teach a story to this kid, Jaxon James, and Jaxon just managed to turn the tide around for him.
For himself.
Himself,
yes.
I believe that's one word.
Jaxon James, very impressive.
I mean, look at the physique. God, you sit in Feltner's chair long enough, you start to sound just like him. Oh, man, what a chop by Jaxon.
I'm not sitting in his chair. Knife edge chop.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, please.
Oh, my God.
Brandon Parker, not the guy you want to slap on the chest and stand there and be arrogant about it, because Brandon Parker is fired up. If anybody in APW is fighting with a purpose, it's the Sin City Saint.
Well, you can fight with a purpose all day long, but it's his second fight tonight with a purpose. Jaxon James is fresh as a daisy. Brandon Parker can't say the same. And something tells me, I have a feeling that Jaxon James is going to manage to pull out a victory in this and advance in the North Georgia title tournament.
Well, you've surely given him every single advantage you could help give the man, It's
an
Brandon
advantage.
Parker's second match tonight, and this guy, what happens if Parker loses? Does James make it to the finals?
Absolutely.
No, he shouldn't, because this is a qualifier, not a tournament match.
Well, if he qualifies, he's that much closer to becoming a champion, yes or no?
Yeah, sure. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you'll sign him a title match for you will Brandon Parker if he were to win. But
Are
Brandon
you-
Parker shouldn't even be in this match, and you know it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. When you were actually in the ring competing, who was commissioner? Strychnine. How many
Several people.
title shots did you get?
I was the champion for his entire reign as commissioner.
I'm talking about Strick.
I am too.
Exactly my point. He allowed low-talent guys to become champions. He put them in the positions because you're friends with them. Cahoots. I said it. There it is.
Nobody
Oh,
helps
man.
you pin a guy when you're in that ring. But you wouldn't know that because you've only pushed pencils.
Well, I pushed enough pencils to know that Brandon Parker doesn't have an Ice Cube's chance in hell at winning this one.
And I'm sure you're happy about that. Jaxon
Well-
James going for the cover.
I'm not unhappy about it.
Right, I can tell.
You saw how disrespectful he was. After he beat the AT Alien earlier, he looked at me with a very disrespectful hand gesture, if you want to call it. And
Yeah.
what's this? Let me ask you this. What's this with you and the Psycho Medic? Why is he coming after you? I
don't
come out
know.
here to commentate, not get destroyed.
There's a moron born every minute, and he's the one that's got a problem with me tonight.
I tell you what, if that problem had gotten a little bit more close to this table, I'd be in my car on I-85 right now. Oh, and a punch right in the forehead. And with a guy like Brandon Parker, I'm going to give him credit. When he gets mad, he's actually one of the few guys that gets focused.
And Brandon Parker's focus, if anybody, should be all over the place tonight because it's really, really hard to strategize and use your game plan when you're as pissed off as he is. And say what you want, even if you're right about everything and every point you make,
Oh, man.
Brandon Parker is justified in being pissed off at you.
I wouldn't say justified. I would say he needs to look in the mirror and tell himself what he did wrong before he points the blame at everybody else.
Yeah.
That's what cowards do.
Well, he
and he
did
can label
wrong.
himself.
He did wrong. He was not here for the title defenses. You can strip him. Maybe you're justified in that. I understand, but you've made it. You've thrown every obstacle in the way for Brandon Parker, and you've done it since you've got this job.
Well, let me ask you this. You said yourself, you agreed with me he didn't defend the title. How many times has he said that? Not once. He has to have people like you that sit behind the microphone week in and week out say it for him because he doesn't have the guts to say it.
Yeah,
He
Brandon
can't look
Parker's
himself
got-
in the mirror to admit it to himself.
Yeah, Brandon Parker does need to learn to swallow his pride, but you tell him that. I'm not telling him that.
Oh, I'm not. I tell you what, Jackson's going to tell him to swallow this back body. Oh, man. Suplex.
Brandon in trouble.
Or belly to back suplex, excuse me.
Not enough.
How is he kicking out after that first match?
It was kind of an arrogant, lackadaisical cover.
Lackadaisical, I believe is the word you're looking for.
Oh, you heard what I said. That's what I meant.
You gotta love the grammar here in the South.
The grammar in the South. Aren't you from Atlanta, the king of the snowstorm?
No,
I digress.
I'm actually from Augusta, where we have a little bit of class with the Masters. But I tell you what, speaking of no class, that's Brandon Parker all the way.
And he's not going to give up. Jaxon James can find a different strategy, but he can wear the former North Georgia champion down. And the people here in Royston are getting behind the Sin City Saint.
He reverses it, and Jackson's now the one in trouble. Off the ropes. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
he
Belly to
catches him.
belly.
Belly
Oh,
to
my
belly.
God.
Nearly
Wow.
spiking the Sin City Saint on his head. Jaxon should go for the cover here and capitalize. This could do it.
That was beautiful.
Will you sit down?
That was beautiful. 1, 2. Oh,
Sit down.
man.
You can't stand up and cheer for this guy. You're supposed to be running
Oh,
the
I
place.
saw you cheering for, what's his name, Shabazz earlier.
Well, I'm not an official. I'm
You're
a
not-
broadcast journalist.
You're an official idiot, maybe. But I tell you what, Jaxon James.
You know, maybe me and you need to have a match.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Brandon Parker fighting out.
Oh, man.
Jaxon James not
Wow.
being nearly aggressive enough with Brandon Parker.
Parker's going to shoot him off, trying to gain the advantage. He gets a reversal. And a drop kick right in the face. Nicely done by Jaxon James.
Right in the face. Will you quit clapping? You're embarrassing
I'm enjoying
me.
the competition. Am I not allowed to do that?
No, you're the commissioner.
So I'm not allowed to
at least
enjoy-
pretend to be biased.
It's kind of hard when you've got a guy like Brandon Parker in there who wants to do disrespectful things to you when all I'm trying to do is my job. What a lot of people don't understand is a lot of the decisions that I make is not from me, it's from the board. I am the messenger here, and they can't seem to get that. But you know what? I have a feeling, you know, they're going to push me to a limit that I don't want to get to, but I'm not worried about that tonight.
Did the board make Brandon Parker have to have 2 qualifying matches while Ethan Case goes on to the finals?
Ethan Case got stuck in an airport. He's stuck in Albuquerque, New Mexico right now. He called me earlier. He was so sorry he couldn't be here. It was out of his control.
Yeah, well, what happened when Brandon Parker called you? Couldn't be. His back looked very ill-advised right there. He's been working his back for 5 minutes, well over 5 minutes.
He just clotheslined Jaxon James' head right off of him. Man, I tell you what, the first man to his feet is going to be the man with the advantage.
And Jaxon James needs to get there. This guy had Brandon Parker right where he wanted him. And now he's probably knocked loopy. His eggs are scrambled, to use your terms. But he needs to capitalize.
How can you capitalize after everything that James has put him through, and a punch right in the face, and Brandon fires
That's what I'm
back?
talking about, is James. James,
Parker won't give up.
Well, no, he won't give up, and he's not going to give up. But Jaxon James has got to be more aggressive if he wants to wear the man down.
Oh, and a back elbow by Parker, and Parker's got control. What's he going?
Oh, why'd he point at you?
Why did he point at me?
I think he'd like to do that to you.
Oh, man.
Now, see, Brandon Parker goes right for the cover, hooks the leg, and he almost got it.
Again, it's another case of Brandon Parker giving him everything he's got, and it's not good enough to put away the former Newberry College All-American football player, a tight end at 235 pounds, Jaxon James.
Does Newberry College have All-Americans?
Yes, they do.
Okay, just wondered.
If you read anything besides...
Pro Wrestling Illustrated?
Yeah, there you go. You might know that.
Oh, boot to the face from Jaxon, who
Oh,
baited
my
Parker
God.
in.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Looks like the piggyback stunner.
Oh!
That could do it.
That's going to finish him off. I hate to say it, but that's going to...
Wait
a minute.
What's he doing out here?
What the...
That's 2. And James grabs the rope.
What?
Scott Mason out here lost to Brandon Parker last week.
What are you doing now? He says he's just
Will
watching.
you
It's
sit
okay.
down? He's got no
He's
business
just
out
watching.
here.
He's not doing anything. He's just like you and me. He's just like the fans. He's
He
just
was
watching.
eliminated last week from this tournament. He's got no damn business out here.
He's got all the business in the world.
And has Parker realized he's there yet?
I don't know yet, but he might want to figure it out soon.
He had to see him. James, what strength?
Oh!
Tilt-a-whirl slam. That should do it. If he does notice Mason's there, it's got to be a distraction. Oh, and he's up.
I swear to you, I thought that was 3.
Come on, Brandon.
Now you're cheering. Oh, you don't see me snapping on you.
Well, I can't cheer. I'm not supposed to be the head man in charge. I'm a broadcast journalist, and I'm friends with Brandon Parker. And damn it, you've put him through everything. He deserves this chance.
Yeah, well, he's going to deserve whatever Jamison decides he needs.
Full Nelson.
What's he going for?
Got him up.
Reverse.
Go,
Oh, my
breaker.
God.
He got him. He got him. Count him
No,
out.
no, no, no,
Pin
no.
him. Wait, no, Brandon Parker,
What is-
please pin Jaxon James. Pin him.
Wait a minute. We got a chase going on outside the ring. Brandon Parker's lost his focus here.
This is so not smart. Brandon Parker, please concentrate on the guy in the ring. Oh, no. No. The referee's caught.
Wait a minute.
For what now? Come on.
What are you talking about? Hold
Are
on,
you
let me,
kidding
Let me check.
See what? No. Oh, come on. We need to get the official word. Kevin Pierce has gone to check with the referee. What is this about? Are you kidding me?
Ladies and gentlemen, our senior official has told me Brandon Parker has been disqualified for pushing the referee.
Oh,
The winner
man.